Well, thank you, Dean, and good evening. And thank you, Dean, for all you do at the Policy Exchange, particularly on lawfare, to better protect our troops from legal abuse. And what a pleasure to follow Sir Peter Wall, who reminds us all of the leadership and common sense that took him to the very top of the British Army when I arrived at the ministry 3 years ago. In this summer of warm Prosecco, I think we in the Cabinet would also do well to reflect on those military virtues: loyalty, discipline, cohesion, that might better enable us, first, to concentrate our fire on a dangerous enemy within reach of Downing Street, somebody who would lower our defences, scrap our deterrent, weaken our response to terrorism. And second, to better articulate, again, the moral case for lower taxation, for honest public financing, for wider opportunity, enterprise and ownership, the Conservative case. Since Sir Peter sadly retired 3 years ago, the world has darkened. As Policy Exchange knows through its programme, which has enriched our debate with contributions from Secretary Mattis and NSA McMaster, we now face growing threats from Islamist extremism, from Russian aggression, from rogue states with long-range missiles, from cyber attacks. In Washington 10 days ago, I reviewed with Secretary Mattis how we now need to update our defences beyond mass armies and nuclear arsenals towards a more modern deterrence, one that is clear about our adversaries, that understands the range of techniques now deployed against us, that it ensures that our enemies know that we have both the capabilities and the will to face them down. That means, very briefly, investing in stronger defence. Since the 2015 review, our budget has been growing. 35 billion last year, 36 billion this year, 37 billion next year, and will grow 0.5% ahead of inflation each year of this Parliament. Since 2015, we have won the vote in Parliament on Trident. We have cut steel on the first Dreadnought submarine. We have launched our fourth Astute submarine. We have purchased maritime patrol aircraft, Apache helicopters, armoured vehicles, and F-35s. And last month we sent our first carrier to sea. This week I will cut steel in Glasgow on the first of a new generation of frigates. So we are investing. Second is having the will to act. We are leading in NATO this year in our Rapid Reaction Task Force, our battle group in Estonia, our troops in Poland, our RAF Typhoons in Romania. We are playing the second part in the coalition against Daesh. We have liberated 4 million people from the rule of Daesh in Iraq and Syria. We are training armed forces in Afghanistan, Ukraine, and Nigeria to better defend their democracies. We are peacekeeping in South Sudan and Somalia. Tonight, 10,000 British servicemen and women are in 25 different operations and bases in 20 different countries. Third and finally, we have to speak up for our values. We are under attack now in the West, not because we have failed, but because we have succeeded in projecting and sustaining our values, our democracy, our tolerance, our freedom under the law that enable our people to flourish. The threat to that Western narrative is now ferocious, based on misinformation, new media, and a callous disregard for facts. And that is a threat that is coming not just from abroad, but from those here at home who seek to undermine our society. To counter it, we increasingly need in the West, in NATO, with our allies, the ability to deliver a faster and better truth. We need to call out aggression and intimidation, and we need to step up to defend the international norms to which we have signed. So let me say in conclusion that whatever the threat, one element of deterrence never changes. That is the will to prevail. We have that will. And the most eloquent expression of that will is our new 65,000-ton Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier. A carrier that will serve us for 50 years. The final captain of the Queen Elizabeth has yet to be born. There are those who've asked, why do we have to have planes, aircraft carriers, and everything else to get anywhere in the world? Ultimately, it is only by having the hard power that we can defend our values and the people we serve long into the future. Thank you.